Hey little guys, I am playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 today. I am playing off of a complete save file, so I'm playing New Game Plus, and I'm excited to see where things go. So currently jumping into my completed file, which is this one, and then I'm just gonna go straight into next mission, which is gonna start me on the hardest difficulty on a new game. So pretty straightforwardly, we're at the beginning of the game. That's all I'm trying to say, but it's New Game Plus. Yeah, we're in Latveria. Let's freaking go. We're going down memory lane today, baby. I miss this game. This. Love this. Some nice stealth. I always like this opening. It's just really clean, and the sound effects of them just pitter-pattering against the cement, sneaking up on all these random soldiers. And then my favorite part is just like, it's the types of superheroes that you never really see together, but when they do come together, man, it's just like, this feels right. This feels like peak Marvel. Got some Wolverine, some Captain America shield. That's what I like to see. Anyone ever notice Wolverine never gets to use his claws because he's always in kids TV shows, bro? And then the best part about this game, right at the beginning cutscene, the fusion, bro.
Hurt, but it worked. No pain, no gain, my boy.
My
I ain't your
boy.
boy, Stark.
And classic Nick Fury. Not that I really care for him, but that's how you know it's an older game.
Won't be any Latvian air support bothering us on our way to Castle Doom now. We'll take it on foot and bring in Bravo team once we hit checkpoint 3.
On foot. You're kidding, right? Do you have any idea how little arch support I get in this outfit?
Put a socket in, webhead.
How socks make it worse.
Yeah, you got the Spider-Man classic jokes, bro. Yes, sir, bro. Comedy gold, bro. Talking about socks don't help. That's good, bro. That's good. That's a good joke. Alright, fair warning. I found that this game can be pretty dark sometimes, which is really annoying, actually. I tried my best to fix it in the settings. And worse yet, the sun is going down, pointing right at my screen, and it's really hard for me to see anything. So, it's really good. But yeah, we're in Latveria, home of Doctor Doom, although I think Doctor Doom isn't around in this world, and we're playing with some of the most classic Marvel heroes anyone can ever ask for. I previously have played this game a couple times, and yeah, if you don't know much about it, well, the main thing you need to know is that I am a huge Captain America fan, and I played plenty of Captain America in my last save file. So this will be an Iron Man run, at least when it matters, and we'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge, right? Cool. On the surface, this is pretty cool, and I haven't played as Iron Man yet, so he's got this unibeam where I can just shoot big pulse at his chest, bro. Combos are pretty straightforward, just, you know, I'm pressing X, A, B, and yes, to do some really basic combos, and then just throwing in my powers in every once in a while, just for the satisfaction of seeing Iron Man do things. Yeah, there you go. So he has like a charge ability, he has his unibeam, he has some repulsor blasts. Those are kind of garbs. Kind of underwhelming. And then, yeah, right now I think we're just doing an infiltration mission into Latveria. Not sure for what yet. I kind of forget. It's like some kind of intel or something that we want. I don't know. We'll clarify the details as they explain it. Another cool thing about this game is that if you do go off the beaten path, sometimes you'll find something to look at. But I guess for now, I don't really see anything, so I'm just focusing on... Yo, bro, it is so dark for me. I can also pick up cars, bro. That's fire, too. That feels good when you can pick up heavy stuff as, like, heroes. Heroes that should be able to pick up heavy stuff. Okay, hold on. Yo, hold on. Let me put down my freaking sun curtains. That was really annoying. I really couldn't see anything for the life of me. I saw like just pure darkness and shadows. But now I can see again a little, like for the most part. Put up my screen brightness as well, but the game itself I can't really control its brightness. So that's the kind of whack part about it. The good news is we're Iron Man. We're about to clap. Damn. I wanted to say that like Marvel is one of my favorite superhero world universes. At least it was when I was growing up. MCU has put a really bad taste in my mouth. And that was well before the MCU too. So it's not just like, oh, they had some really good movies in live action, and that's when I learned about the world. No, I've always been playing their games. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is actually one of the first few games that I was playing. And yeah, that's when I really started learning a lot of the heroes and the world. And I think the concept of Marvel Ultimate Alliance is so fire. What? You take all the things that work about Marvel, all the heroes that work within Marvel, and you put them all in one superhero world? What? Like, that should always have been the case. I think it's so goofy that around this time they kept them separate almost all the time. I know the MCU makes that look kind of whack, but like honestly, I think it's a good idea. It's just the execution that matters, and I don't think it should be done for the sake of it, but I think it should be done, you know, like in a way that makes it feel like the world is full, you know? Like it's not like they're the only heroes in New York, right? So I think it's important to have these heroes coming together every once in a while. And it kind of upsets me that like we have, I'm gonna go with Captain America. My boy. That's who I know to use the most. Right now, Spider-Man and Iron Man feel kind of wonky. I haven't been playing as them. But like, it's just really upsetting because, you know, you fast forward and now you have what? Marvel Rivals? And it's like, come on, guys. Like, you can't be bothered to make a game where I can like play as these guys and buy that game, like, and just have that game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, like, I want to move away from all the pay-to-play stuff. All the, not just, like, pay-to-win, but pay-to-play. Like, in the sense that, like, you know, the game, I don't know, pay-to-play is probably the wrong word. I think what I'm trying to say is that I'm happy to buy a game. I'm not happy to play one that's just free, and then it's just asking me to pay for all this random stuff in the background. So the game isn't really built to own, it's built to last, right? But if I don't really care for the game in the first place, which I don't really care for Marvel Rivals, then I get pretty frustrated because it's like, oh, okay, hold on, let's do some fusions. Yes, sir, we got fusion. Look at that. Isn't this fire, bro? You got Iron Man and Captain America doing attack together, that the repulsor blast into the Captain America shield, and I can just control where it goes. That's so fire. This is what I'm talking about. You don't get that stuff nowadays, man. Okay, we got a voice note from Black Widow. Let's see, hold on. I think they're gonna do some storytelling. I'm not gonna interrupt them.
0800 hours. We've determined there's a massive power source operating within the city. Potent, but unstable. If you can take it out, you may find your hike to checkpoint 4 a lot less
And listen to that classic Black Widow voice, bro. She's freaking actually Russian, not just like allegedly from Russia, bro. But yeah, what I was gonna say is like, I think a game that's built to own is better than a game that's built to last. So a lot of the games in the modern era are built to last. You know, Fortnites, you have your Fortnites, you have your Marvel Rivals, you have your Overwatches, right? Like, these aren't the games I want, right? Because they're too focused on how are we gonna make money and too unfocused on let's just make a good game and then we should make money, right? Like, that seems kind of obvious, right? If we just make a game people like playing, then they'll buy it, right? Like, what else is there to the math here? But, you know, what I see nowadays just isn't that, right? Like, they care more about, like, what's the most profitable game that we can make? And that's not necessarily the game I'm asking for, right? And that's the problem. I don't want to go play online to fight other people all the time. I also just want to play a good story. I just want to explore the characters as characters, not as like game mechanics, right? And so maybe you start seeing why I don't like Marvel Rivals, but I like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, because it tries to give you a well-built story. It tries to really make you feel like these characters are as fleshed out as they can be within the context of like what the game is. All right, let's do another fusion. We got Captain America and Spider-Man, and that was pretty underwhelming. He just kind of tossed me around. To be fair, there's different categories of fusions, and I went for a targeted one, which isn't actually good against multiple enemies, but that was still fun to see it. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm just acknowledging my frustration, because it's just like, this is the type of game I want. And then its sequel, or trequel, is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which was just as underwhelming as any mobile Marvel game I've played, right? Like Marvel Future Fight, where it's like, it just becomes a lot more about the numbers than the characters themselves. It's not the type of gameplay you want to see from a game you're paying for. and I'm sad to say, like, I remember when it came out on Switch and I didn't have a Switch, I was just like depressed, because I'm like, I want to keep going on my journey of playing these games. They brought in a bunch of characters, they went into their own Infinity War, and I'm like, oh, this looks fire. And then I play it and I'm like, you know, if only it was a game that actually had passion for the universe it's in. But it was more like just a game to be a game, just to like say that they made a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but not because they actually thought it would be useful to make a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And that's kind of annoying to look at it. I remember when I was a kid owning those like gamer books from GameStop. I forgot what they're called, Gamer or something, and Game Informer, and they would have like news about upcoming games, and one of the news pieces was like Avengers versus X-Men into a game, and that was the first time I even learned about that.
New toys, but instead, I can give you a preview right now.
Oh yeah, classic Electro, yes sir, bro. Oh my gosh, this is so fire. I do love seeing all this classic like stuff, and like I feel like that the people who made this weren't necessarily in love with the game side of this, but they definitely love the concept of making a story about these comic book characters. Like, I think they're passionate about the comic book characters, and I think that's where I see passion in this game. Hold on, I'm just looking around because I saw something earlier. It was a healing token, so I don't really care. But yeah, just acknowledging my frustration with modern day Marvel. They made a Marvel's Avengers, for example, and that sounded fire because it's exactly what I'm asking for, except for it was built to last. It was a game where it's like, yeah, you play with your friends against computer enemies and you play into a story and get to know the characters, but it was built to last, not built to own. And guess what? It barely lasted because it was too focused on the wrong things. You just don't make that game, man. I don't understand. You just make a game where people can play as the characters they love and just be happy. You make DLC for additional money and that's it, man. Why are we like changing the formula is what I'm saying. Like, it was a fine formula. I don't know how good it was in actuality, but it was fine. At least fine for me as a consumer. Instead of buying skins and grinding for premium currency and, you know, all the corny stuff in life, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my Marvel nostalgia rant. My peak Marvel games are Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think those are it. Oh, actually, I did like, what was this more modern game? Marvel Midnight Suns? Oh, yeah, that was actually not bad as well. And then, I never played the Spider-Man games, but if I was more of a Spider-Man fan, I'm sure I would have loved that too. I mean, I would play them, I just never really cared. Because that's not the point. Like, I want, like, a one that allows me to play across the universe, not just one character.
Good. The power's out. Should make the rest of our
Alright, we killed Electro.
Might even clear up
I'm gonna
our
try to
radio
focus more on
communications.
what's going on in the
Let's head
game.
out through that back door.
Seems like right now we're just still infiltrating Latveria, still working our way through into the deep end. We fought Electro because I think he was just there as a blockade.
Bravo, do you copy?
Nothing new to me so far. But Black Ops aren't really SOP for you boys, are they? How'd Fury get you?
Same way he got you two, I expect. Everyone owes that old warhorse favors.
I think this is really clever
Always
too
calls them in
because
sooner or later.
they're basically talking about the idea of them as superheroes infiltrating a country.
I mean, invading a foreign country? Like we're soldiers of fortune or something?
Feels
I've known
logical for
Fury a very long
superheroes,
time,
but
Spider-Man.
when you actually bring
We
up the
wouldn't be
question,
doing this without a good reason. Oh, wringing your little hands over the poor Latverians, huh? You think they do the same for you?
Colonel Fury, what do you have for us?
Mr. President, one of our ongoing investigations into supervillains recently had a major break. We've always been aware that many of these criminals who run around in high-tech armor were getting their materials from an underground figure, Phineas Mason, aka the Tinkerer. But what we didn't realize until recently
my boy.
is that the Tinkerer himself is being supported by someone outside the country, specifically Lucia von Bartis.
Got
elected
politics
Prime Minister
inside of
Latveria.
freaking Marvel universe, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Foreign power makes this
is
by
not stuff you see
definition,
every day,
international terrorism.
even in the MCU.
The evidence is right here, sir. We're under attack. Trust me, they've earned what's coming to them.
Wolverine was cheesing, bro. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I feel like as a kid, like it seemed obvious to me. There's bad guys in Latveria, you go to Latveria, bro. But I think it's I think it's a really clever idea. I'm gonna switch to Wolverine now, my other favorite. And as you can, if you're not aware, I'm using an alternative costume for him. I have one for Captain America, but I don't have them for Iron Man and Spider-Man yet because I haven't been playing as them. That will come in this series, but I'm gonna enjoy playing as Wolverine first. Okay. But yeah, I feel like you don't question it until you actually are asked to question it, and then you're like, yeah, I feel like it's a little weird that you guys are just jumping into other countries. It's like you're Captain America, not Captain Latveria, bro. Like, it actually does feel invasive. And it's like, what's the boundaries on that? You know, like what allows you guys to do this? I feel like you guys should be working for the United Nations or something before. Why is it so dark in this corner? My God. Is this game really always so dark? Jesus Christ. Alright. Cut through here. And then, yeah, so these guys have shields. I'm just grabbing them and pulling them off. And then Wolverine has a rushdown ability that I really like. And yeah, if I just do that, it just does a ton of damage. And then I go bananas. So we're just gonna chop, chop, chop. He also does a decent amount of damage because I've been upgrading him fairly decently to do decent amount of melee damage. So yeah, you know, really want to see that damage come out as much as possible through his main attack. And I think all their attacks are pretty much broken into the same 4 categories, even though there are exceptions depending on what they can actually do. Helicopter just kind of was there for the sake of it. I didn't actually have to fight it. There's a ranged ability, which in the case of Wolverine, he doesn't have actual range capabilities, so he just kind of jumps ahead. Wait, hold on. Sorry, there was I heard a weird noise and then I got distracted. I'm back. But yeah, basically, like, there's a range ability, which is that one. That's A. And then once I pull off this guy's shield, there's your wide attack, like your area of effect abilities, where I can hit multiple guys. That's B. Then you have X, which is kind of like... I can't really tell what X is supposed to be, like a targeted attack. Like, it's supposed to be like specific damage. Not sure. Combo ability. Bro, like, as if I could tell you. That one's the one that makes the least sense to me. And then Y usually tends to be like an ability that kind of gives me a boost or defense or some kind of stat alteration. If not, I think it tends to be just like their most powerful ability that they can think of. I feel like those are the two ways I've seen it being used. Like, you know, like Iron Man's Repulsor Blast. And I can charge the Repulsor Blast, and it does even more damage. I never really used to be an Iron Man fan. That is definitely true. But I will say that the movies definitely helped me at least enjoy him more as a character. I guess I didn't really get the whole billionaire thing at first. But they certainly have sold it to me in recent years. Not in recent years, since I played this game initially. Because, again, this game was out before the MCU really took off. So this was like my real exposure to Marvel. Like, I don't know, like if the Iron Man movie, for example, was out already, but I didn't really watch that stuff yet. It was really playing these games that got me into being a fan. That and I don't know, all the basic stuff. Like there was other Marvel games, like Marvel vs. Capcom was out there, just not the one that I really like now. Hulk had his share of movies, X-Men had their movies. So that was the Marvel stuff that I got into.
Right to Von Bardis's front door. They know we're coming. Could get a bit hairier from here on out.
Oh yeah, and then I get to choose how to respond. When are you going to tell us what we're planning to do when we get there? How will we do this without backup from Bravo team? Electro isn't Latvian. What was he doing here? So yeah, so I get to respond to conversations sometimes, and they usually go into category of, I think it's aggressive, diplomatic, or defensive. I've been very defensive in the past, so I'm just going to say how we'll do this without Bravo team, which is apparently there's another group of heroes lying around.
I got this. Now you don't need any more detail than that. Let's quit the jibber jabber and get this job done.
Now, you know this game is old when he says jibber jabber. Fine, Fury, but when this favors is over, it's over. We followed you this far, Fury, but you ought to be more straight with us. Nah, I want to talk to him aggressive.
Now you're gonna hurt my feelings. Time to move out, ladies. Going up.
Well, I want your feelings to actually be hurt, not for you to be sarcastic about it, you piece of crap. Okay.
This wall leads to the
so he said head left, so you go right, and then you see if there's anything to collect. Seems like I already thought of this last time I played, so right now it's just experience points for going over the places I've already explored before. So we're gonna go left. We're gonna go left and ignore that last experience point because I don't care. Alright. Right now, so right now we're just doing an investigation on behalf of the government to see if Latveria is up to anything dirty. I think this is continuing off of the very first version of the game where, oh, what? They deflected that? I thought it was gonna go right through. But yeah, I think this is built off of, let's do, no, wait, this isn't gonna work with those two. Let's do a thing. Oh, you guys don't have the fusions I want. Okay, whatever. So we can shoot this gun with Spider-Man's webs. Webs? Web balls? Webs? Okay. And I can also web swing for what it's worth. It's not worth much, but it helps me move faster at least. Yeah, so right now we're just trying to infiltrate, see what the hell they're doing. Are they corrupt? Blah blah blah. And then we're just Doom is dead. That was what I was gonna say. Doom is dead, I think, because of the first game. I actually never played the first game, by the way. I actually want to. I tried to play it, but I really just wanted to play the second one. So, you know, depending on how fun this is for me to record, then we can talk about the first one. I think big thing is like, for example, like the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like, I think I can record this game in 5 to 6 videos, depending on how long some of the missions turn out to be. But will I have fun doing that? I don't know. Like, some of the things I'm noticing already is like the commentary is kind of hard, because it's like I'm doing the same things over and over again. Like, we're fighting here. Oh, there's a clearing one, so we're gonna do a fusion where I'm gonna grab a bunch of people with Spider-Man and then blast them with Iron Man. That was fire. Okay. So yeah, that was a Iron Man Spider-Man fusion. But yeah, the commentary is kind of hard because it can be a little bit repetitive. Let's do another fusion. And so I'm trying to like stay engaged with it. But if I find that this kind of burns me out to try to like fill the space, like, I don't know, like that means like it's probably not a good idea to play another of these games, you know. For now, pretty straightforward, pretty fresh, so I really don't have much of a thought on that other than the fact that, like, yeah, like, it's gonna be repetitive, so a lot of the stuff I'm gonna be talking about isn't the actual gameplay. At least not always. But if you want to know, I've been asking myself, like, what makes the difference between this game being like a Xbox PlayStation game and this game being like a mobile game, right? I think I figured it out. I think the difference is that, like, when you're playing like a mobile game, they kind of just do like really overstimulating attacks that like take up a lot of space on the map and like do a lot of damage. And not just that, like the numbers matter a lot, you know, like, because to compensate for that, instead of making enemies that some of them like you can kill really easily just by punching them, and others like are a little more reactive to your hit. I mean, a lot more defensive and like maybe have a shield like you saw that one guy does, right? Instead, those games compensate by just making the enemies just stronger, just add more health and add more damage to them, and that's it. So the numbers start mattering a lot more, because now you're just thinking about what's the biggest number I can do to do a lot of damage to these guys. It's not like, instead of like, oh, like this is like when I do a Unibleam, it does a lot of damage, but and some of them fall back. When I do a repulsor wave, or whatever that move is called, like it gives me some space when I'm being overwhelmed by enemies. When I do the repulsor blast, like, it allows me to attack enemies at range. Oh, it also bounces off. That's pretty useful. Really? He survived the Unibeam? And stuff like that. So you see, like, there's a little more thought. Not a lot more thought, I'm not gonna say that, but a little more thought that I have to put when I'm fighting enemies as Iron Man in this game versus fighting enemies as Iron Man in Marvel Future Fight, which hopefully I'll also post this week. But I think that's a really important point, because it's like, I don't know, I just find, oh, I meant to heal Iron Man and I think I healed Captain America. Whoops. Alright, now I healed myself. Yeah, you get health tokens for successfully using the powers together. For successful fusions, if you hit enough people, you get a prize. I didn't get a prize because apparently there wasn't enough guys there. And sometimes you just find some. Yeah, but as you can see, like here, like I have to think a little bit. My moves aren't so overpowered that I can just clear the whole thing with just one button. Like, I actually have to think and plan my moves. I also think they just are a little more thoughtful about like what my moves actually are. Instead of just making them all really overpowered, they all have like very specific interactions with opponents, including the fusions. I think that's the difference, because like I actually feel the weight of my punches and feel the weight of my attacks, and when I don't, it's for a good reason, because they have a shield, because they're bulkier, you know. Now, I never seen these guys outside of this game, let me tell you. I have no idea who these dweebazoids are. But that's how you know they're dweebs, bro. Like, I don't know if they're in the MCU, nothing, bro. Like, I just think they're just mid. Just sorry little guys, bro. Okay, we're getting beat up. So this is where a targeted ultimate fusion would work well. Okay. I really need that targeted. Ow! I just healed Iron Man, and then I'm gonna do an attack with Wolverine and Spider-Man, where Wolverine is getting tossed by Spider-Man. Yes, sir. And targeted fusions are great because they allow me to almost guarantee I'll get a health token, unlike the other ones which were screwing me over. Wait, didn't I? Ah, I'm gonna die! Spider-Man, don't die! Oh wait, I do have a health token. What am I doing? I thought I didn't have it. I was like, where is it?
That doesn't help me pay my rent.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, but they almost guarantee it as long as there's like a big boss guy, and it doesn't even always have to be like it could be a mini boss as well, which is why I like the targeted ones the most, at least, you know, for the purposes of getting healing tokens, for clearing out wide waves of enemies. Not really. But that's my point. Yeah, I guess the difference is like with a mobile game and this game is that in a mobile game you always, bro, yo, chill out, Spider-Man. All right, hold on. Now we're doing Captain America. Toss him back and forth. There you go. Now I can heal again if I actually need to. But I'm trying to kill Wizard, whatever his name was. I think it's Wizard and Scorcher. I could be wrong. I kind of missed it. Oh, look, you see he even gets affected by the webs, but those things can't happen when you're in other games because you do so much damage. Like, they can't just get restrained like that. That's, I guess that's the difference. But also the difference I was going to mention is, like, imagine the fusions in this game are, like, really powerful and do a lot of work. Now imagine I could just do that with every character at any point, bro. That's the difference. Like, that every character just has their own individual fusion of, like, level strength.
Don't get up. I'll show myself.
Alright, do I have to heal Spider-Man? Alright, Scorcher's down.
These doors are actuated to Wizard's gauntlets, but he's
And Wizard
out
is down.
Maybe we can power him up manually with some repulsor fire.
And Spider-Man is fully healthy. Cool. So, now we need to do what? You just want me to walk up to the door? He said he wants to use Wizard. I thought I was going to go walk up to Wizard. Alright. So now they're going to take Wizard and use him to open the door. I really like this aspect of the game. Like, they love doing, like, fusion. Like, they love combining people's powers together. They do that a lot outside of just my specific character fusions.
Lucia, we're home.
Cool. So, yeah, now we're entering another cutscene. I love how crispy. Like, I know the graphics are pretty garbs by today's conventions, but I love the feeling and weight of just watching these guys fight, man. Something so satisfying about it in this cutscene.
What? And leave all the fun to you girls? Bite me, Fury.
No time to argue, Shorty.
Yeah. Yo, bro, talk to Wolverine with respect, bro. Call him Shorty.
You heard the man, Webhead. Let's
Nah,
move.
Shorty is crazy, bro. If I was Wolverine, I would ignore the ish out of him. That's what I'm saying. Where's the respect, bro? Okay, cool. And so now this is where the game officially begins. Oh, what the... Technically, I'm supposed to be Bravo Squad, so I don't know why they gave me Iron Man and Captain America, because they're doing their own thing. And I was thinking, I think how I'm going to be playing this game is I'm definitely not going to be switching characters out in the very middle of missions. I don't really get why you can do that. It's a little weird, because then you can, like, I don't know, just bring them in as it's convenient. What I'm looking to do is just build the team for the remainder of the mission and then just stick with that. So if you're not already seeing where I'm going with this, we're going to build the Fantastic Four. I feel like that's fitting for a mission where I'm in Latveria. You also get a bonus every time you build a certain team. So on the top right, you can see I have, you know, the Fantastic Four. Hopefully I moved my camera. And yeah, that's the team. We're gonna do the Fantastic Four. I'm excited for this. In the story, Iron Man and Captain America are still with Nick Fury, so I shouldn't have had the option of keeping them on the team. But I guess New Game Plus doesn't care about that stuff. Something for me to keep in mind. Because I do want to, like, when I do make switches, I do want to make sure, like, I want it to feel like, oh, this makes sense, you know? Like, oh, yeah, like the Fantastic Four came to help as well. That makes sense. I'm not always going to be so, like, specific to the situation. Like, I'm not going to do just X-Men and Avengers teams. But I'm going to do that every once in a while because, I don't know, that just sounds fun. Just to, like, have, like, some specific variations of teams. And there are others, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out which one those are. Like, there's a new Avengers, I think, Thunderbolts, stuff like that. Yo, these guys with their freaking grenades, man. And I also didn't get to use Reed Richards or much in my last playthrough as well, so he's kind of trash, which is why he's already complaining about being weakened. But right now we're just playing as the Thing. You know what I think is cool about this? Is that you don't need to make a Fantastic Four specific game. When you have Marvel Ultimate Alliance, you can just play as the Fantastic Four here, or not. Or not. Hold on, I keep getting things attacks wrong. I could have sworn he had like some kind of jumping slam. Or am I dumb? Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. So yeah, I haven't been going over everyone's abilities, but let's talk about some abilities. We have the Thing. His range ability is just jumping and slamming. His wide range ability is just clapping. Pretty straightforward logic. His targeted ability, I'm pretty sure it's like a targeted attack, is to charge. And this guy was running to hit bits, bro. Oh my god, that guy ran forever. Holy crap. And then my last move is my strongest move slash stat booster, which is just a defense up. So there you go. I can also pick up boxes. Yes, sir. I was just looking around. So yeah, if you're not noticing, sometimes I don't go straight because I'm looking for random collectibles. Some of them give me like boosts. Some of them help me unlock characters, which I already unlocked, so don't worry about that one. Some of them, I don't know what else they do actually. Yeah, I think it's just those two. Or they just give me like artwork or extra context as to like what the villains, who the villains are, what they're saying, story context, I don't know, stuff like that. Alright, so now we're fighting some Latverian scum. Not to be, you know, anti any foreign fictional country, but hey, these guys are out of control, man. Because they work for Dr. Doom. Man, am I just a product of my environment? Sounds like I am. Alright, let's do a guided attack with Susan Storm with Invisible Woman. The Thing goes into an invisible bubble and just starts running around. Yes, sure. This feels like logical, right? I love some of these like really like straightforward fusions. Like I feel like they make a lot of sense, and they are gonna be redundant sometimes. But I feel like when it feels right, it feels right, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, let's move on. Like, you know who I haven't played as at all? This stretchy guy. Let's see what this guy has. I haven't played as Mr. Fantastic in ages. I don't know any of his abilities, so we're gonna go with Mr. Fantastic. Look at how gross his double jump is. All right, so we're surrounded by some Latverian scum. Let's clean this up. So range ability is to do a roly-poly. Wide range or area of effect, it's just a little spinny thing, kind of trash. His targeted ability is just a little slam on the ground. That one's not bad. And his other strongest ability is he just does flips If I do it once, he only does one flip, but if I do it multiple times, then he just keeps going, which actually makes it pretty good. Look at that. Flip, flip, flip. But it does obviously keep using more and more power every time I do that. Okay. Cool. We're just beating on these guys a little bit, and I think we're good. Oh, I need to clear the security console. What does that mean? Oh, I just need to break it? Is that all you mean? Yeah, that's all you mean. Break the security consoles. It's fine by me.
We still can't contact Widow. Head outside and disable those jammers manually.
Okay. Not really liking Mr. Fantastic, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not a big Mr. Fantastic guy. The Fantastic Four movie that came out recently, I guess made him look more interesting, but really, like, I just don't see the vision is kind of the thing. I'm trying to see, is there anything else I should be looking out for? No, there's an experience thing over there, so I already collected what was over there. Fine by me. So I'm just gonna do some flips, flip, flip, flip.
I hope you learned something.
Okay, you guys just trapped me in the freaking doorway. I can't hit this guy. Alright, we got him though. Okay, what's here? We got a document. You see, so a file. It's about Lucia von Bartis. I think that's Dr. Doom's kid. Well, she's not a kid anymore. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, they're doing a fusion down there. Look at that, man. This is my favorite. That's definitely the best part of this game. And look at this guy flying all the way up here. Okay, speaking of fusions, anyone want to help me out? All right, let's do a clearing attack. I don't know what it looks like, but it's Human Torch and me. Oh, these are probably my least favorite. Like, bro, that's not even, you guys aren't even fusing your abilities together. It's just Human Torch shooting a beam of fire and Mr. Fantastic just punching the ground. Like, come on, man. Those are definitely my least favorite. I don't know how you would combine their abilities. How would you combine Human Torch and Reed Richards' ability? Can he? I'm trying to figure. Everything that came to mind is just him being put on fire. All right, I don't know how I'm gonna do with these.
Lucia von Bartis. To fill the power vacuum created by the apparent death of Victor Von Doom, the Latverian.
Yeah, it just has to do with context related to Dr. Doom's daughter. I hope I'm right about that. I feel like that's what they definitely said at some point in this game, but I could be wrong. Anyway, she's definitely the person in charge of Latveria now, so there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a point not to get too stuck in those because I just don't want to be sitting around listening to those things. I don't think it's gonna be that interesting, to be honest. Okay, I'm just trying to see like what are the combination attacks that these guys have. I have a feeling none of them are gonna be that interesting with Human Torch or that unique, which is depressing actually, but we're gonna try one. Here we go. Invisible Woman and Human Torch. So she creates a shield so that I can blast against her shield. See, come on, like, I don't know, man, like some of them they could definitely have done a little bit better, but I think what they did was, like, in order to make sure everyone had a fusion ability, they kind of just figured out like a few specific kind of executions and then just went with that. All right, but anyway, let's talk about Human Torch's abilities. His targeted attack is just making pillars, so that's his X attack. His range attack is fireballs. Pretty straightforward, although I think they could be stronger. His wide range attack, we'll talk about it, I guess. No fun in just doing it for the sake of it, right? His wide range attack is an explosion, a small one. And his strong ability, I guess, is his flamethrower. And you know what? This flamethrower is overpowered as hell, bro. It definitely does work. Oh yeah, they're toast, man. They're like toast. Toast was already toasted. That makes sense. Okay. But in any case, that's Human Torch. I think he's one of the strongest characters in this game. His flamethrower is pretty nasty. And I'm just going to make it a point to get every enemy in here at the same time. His other abilities are kind of okay, I guess. I like the pillar. Look at that. But look at that. The flamethrower just killed a bunch of guys, and it's not even meant to be his like wide range ability or his long range ability. It's just, bro, I keep calling it wide range. It sounds so stupid. It's like area of attack, area of effect ability. I think that sounds a little simpler to me. All right, but anyway, get those pillars out so that now everyone like kind of dies. And then pretty straightforward, we got to destroy those jammers, and we just did. I was uncovering them, if that wasn't obvious.
We read you, Widow. We're positioned to move on the throne room. Can you support Bravo? They've got a job to do.
Yes, sir. Black
Roger
Widow.
that. Bravo, take that elevator down. I'll monitor you remotely.
Look at that. Black Widow hacking in the background.
I am here to fight you, Von Bartis. I'm here to make an example of you. This place is going down.
Yo, Nick Fury does not play games in this.
Should help deter anyone thinking along the same lines.
So much for your president's friendly words to me. Or does he even know you're here?
You got a simple choice, Toots.
Didn't I hear? I thought he told him to go.
Or die when we turn this place into a big pile of Latverian bricks.
You'll pay for this, Nicholas Fury. I promise you that. Take them!
That feels so performative.
Fury will
Yo,
handle
pay
that
for
after.
this.
Head to the reactor room. It's time to bring this
Okay,
down.
and last but not least, Invisible Woman. I really feel like Invisible Woman is the one who would be the most interesting to play as, but I don't know if they actually executed on her in an interesting way. Because, you know, her powers involve the most creativity, so she could do a lot of things in theory. But let's see what she actually does. I don't think I've seen all her abilities recently, so I am actually curious. Range ability, I create a little invisible that does decent damage. I mean, better than some of the other range abilities. Area of effect. Oh, she stuns people in place. Cool. I'm gonna do that one again, actually. That's pretty helpful. Her targeted attack. Oh, she drops a freaking invisible platform on people. I can control where the platform goes, too. Alright, that's pretty straightforward. And her last ability, turn herself invisible. Yeah. I'm sure it boosts her attack or something, but I don't know, man. I feel like you could do something really cool with Invisible Woman. Makes sense that you would do those things, but... Oh, and she could grab people with the bubble as well. That's cool. If I'm close enough, I guess it grabs them instead of just shoots a bubble. You don't have to be a guy to be a tough guy, kind of like that. That was kind of respectable quote. And then work our way inside. Throw another platform down. Oh, it has no range. Gonna turn invisible then. And then platform. Bam. And then the last thing I haven't talked about is the combos. Everything is a 3-hit combo. But I have options. Basic combo is just if I tap AAA, that does just some regular punches, nothing special. But I also, if I press B and I hold it, it's a heavy attack. So, hold on, let me just, I think they want me to break these right now. Bro, Tinkerer and his big head, bro. Like, bro is trying to be Moda. Okay, which way do we go? Go this way. Alright, and then gonna turn invisible here. Drop a platform. Love that. And then if I press AAB, it's an uppercut. If I press ABB, I think it's a stun. Now that's a stun. Alright. If I press ABA, then I think she kicked him under his feet. So I think the point is to drop them on the ground. And then I think those are all the combinations. Did I miss one? I don't know. But those are the main ones I know of. And then I just kind of smack. Door opens over here. I've been to the other side. There's really nothing there. And then stun these guys. Why are you guys in the freaking doorway, man? Get out of here. Oh, what? I tried to turn invisible and then that flash happened. I wasn't sure what that was. All right, thing, it's time to get to work. Oh my gosh, we can't get to work because we're all stuck in place. All right, there you go. Turn to a ball, clear the way, and roll that gun, run that guy over. Is there anyone else who wants to be run over? No. So then we run a guy over again. One more time for a good measure. There you go. And it broke all the stuff as well. So we're good. We just keep going. Oh no. Wait, what? What's this way? Oh, okay, I've been here before. Let me get the experience from it. Okay, this is helpful though. Like, Invisible Woman is good crowd control. And she doesn't... And some of the guys in this game who hit hard have little health and don't have much defenses. Invisible Woman at least can turn invisible, so I don't actually have to worry about dying as much. That's pretty cool, actually. I really like that about her. Alright, now we're working our way down. I wish she has some kind of like... I don't know, when she double jumps, like maybe she holds herself in the air for a second, like levitates with her invisibility. Is that a thing with her? I would think that's a thing, but fine, let's just say it's not a thing. What's happening? Destroy reactor shields. Okay, press this button. Go this way. No, you wouldn't really be expected to clean up for someone who you didn't invite over. That makes sense. Okay. And there's the Tinkerer. Little old guy in a cloak. In a coat. Trench coat? It's not a bad coat, though. I want that coat.
I wasn't quite ready for combat testing, but you forced my hand.
I mean, that sounds fair. Yo, bro really mutilated those people, bro. Look at them. Ow, I got hit. What else can I do? Oh, a clearing? Let's do a clearing with Mr. Fantastic and Susan. I think she's trying to grab everyone with her cloak. And then Mr. Fantastic throws himself on them. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, I grabbed everyone in the room. Damn. Unexpected, but fire. And I'm not talking about Human Torch. Alright. There you go. Okay, I'm kind of liking Susan Storm. I'm not gonna lie. I gave her a lot of shit. But for what she's worth a lot. Definitely better than Mr. Fantastic. That guy stinks, man. His abilities involve some creativity, too. You'd think he'd do something cool. Bro has the most straightforward, like, attacks you could imagine. So, I trash him, I switch to them, right? That's how it works. Alright, now we're back to Mr. Fantastic. Let's get to work. I wonder if... Were the Fantastic Four designed to be on a team of 4, or were they designed individually and then eventually someone said, let's put them on a team together and make them the Fantastic Four? I just wonder that because bro's name is Mr. Fantastic, so that's telling me like they plan to have them all on the same team, and that team was always the Fantastic Four. That's what I'm getting from that. Let's do another clearing. I saw that there was one with the Human Torch. I would have tried that one, but same thing. Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic. Dude, the flips are his best move, man. Which I think is kind of goofy. It's like, come on, man. Really? Flips? Like, I feel like he could do, like, hammer hands. Like, doesn't he have abilities like that? But no, it's just, he literally just stretches in this game. It's really not complicated at all. I don't know how these flips are doing so much damage, man. Looking around for anything interesting or special to talk about before I do the next part. Doesn't look like it. Alright, what do they want me to do? Deploy the reactor shield. Destroy the reactor shield. Jesus. Yep. Just grab this, pull it, and then what does it do? Nothing? Can I punch it? No. I think I just had to disconnect it from the power source. Pretty straightforward stuff. I think this game owed itself to have more puzzles, like actual puzzles, not this brain dead stuff where I just pull things and then things happen. That's one of the underwhelming parts. Or like some more clever missions, like protecting someone, or right, or I don't know, like an escort mission where the person can actually die would have been clever. All right, let's see it.
Punch, break, destroy. Is that all you simpletons know how to do?
Of course he called me a simpleton.
Very well. I can converse.
Bro really wants to be MODOK. Bro, you have no aura. Cut it out. All right, let's see. I can also block, which I'm doing right now, just in case. I think I had to grab his leg, or do I just punch it? I think you just punch his leg. Block, block, block. Yeah, you just punch his leg. He's doing too much. Cut it out. All right, this leg is almost down. I'm gonna do some flips on it. Flip, flip, flip. All right, each character is gonna get 1 kill. I mean, 1 leg. So we're switching to Ben Drem. I know what his name is. It's Grim Reaper. Okay. All right. If I just do clobbering time, it makes me a little more resistant. And then if I just jump on it every once in a while, just do a little charger punch. Oh no! Come on, punch, punch, punch. There you go. Human Torch is gonna be easy, man. Damn. Oh my god, the camera work is crazy right now. Blocking to avoid any issues. Okay, Invisible Woman and Reed needed health, so I just gave them my health. Now I just flamethrower this. Look at this. Look at this. It's just melting it. Oh my gosh, that's so fire. Literally. Oh my god. Okay, you're doing too much. I can't see. Holy crap, I can't see. Okay, let's do a clearing ability with Reed. Oh, I forgot it's this dirty ability. Oh man, that's lame. All right, who haven't I done it with? Invisible Woman? Let's get to work. Turn invisible. Make my life easier. Block in case. There you go. Oh my gosh, he's doing too much. And then we just do pancakes. 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 All right. And then bubbles. 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 Come on. Gonna turn invisible. And then we're gonna go to his back leg. Got him. He's down. Damn. Freeze all these guys. And it doesn't matter. Everyone's dead. Everything is dead. Okay, now the Fantastic Four must live to save another life. Wait, so they blew up a whole reactor? I just processed that. That kind of did a little too much, you don't think? Oh damn, this is serious. Fire though, I love the cutscene. I think it would have been cool if you could play as Nick Fury with his bummy little pistol. Wow, okay, that's a little much, you don't think? That felt a little personal. Spitting is crazy, man. I wouldn't have much to say either if I was those guys. Alright, so that was some time ago in the past. I don't remember. I think it said it in the beginning of the game, but I don't know how you expect me to know that off the top of my head.
As soon as you're ready, head over to the briefing station for our next mission.
And that is the end of the Latveria arc, the introduction to this game. And now he's just giving me a walkthrough of the freaking tower. Okay, I just kind of want to get to the point here, Iron Man. Alright, we're just waiting. And so that's it. That's the introduction to the game. I'm happy. I enjoyed that. It was pretty straightforward. Next time, we'll come back in with another set of characters. I think I have everyone available to me, but like I said, I'm going to try to be a little logical with who I pick and when. So we'll see. But in any case, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around. Bye. Bye.